breaking news from Real America's Voice.
Welcome back to American Sunrise. We do have some breaking news this morning. Kilmer Abrego Garcia has been taken into ICE custody. Immigration officials said they plan to deport Abrego Garcia to Uganda, who recently agreed to accept some deportees. Abrego Garcia was mistakenly deported to El Salvador in March, but was brought back to the U.S. in June. And he was held on human smuggling charges and pled not guilty. A plea deal is reportedly on the table where he would be sent to Costa Rica. For more, let's bring in David and Terrence. Terrence, your reaction to this breaking news?
Well, this is obviously a story that's been kind of developing for several months now. You may remember earlier this summer he was expected to be released from custody, but was kept in because the judge in that particular case knew that immediately upon being released, ICE officials or immigration officials would arrest him and that he would face the possibility of deportation at that point. And so his lawyers even at that point requested that he remain in custody so they could work through things. And then it appears that it's all now come to a head, David, now that he's been arrested. And as you mentioned, Emily, there are some potential plans in place that would allow him to be deported elsewhere in Latin America as opposed to potentially Uganda. There's some plea deals on the table and that kind of thing. So it's not over. It's a good start, but it's not over yet, David.
Yeah, this is the signature case, obviously, and something the Trump administration is not going to back down from. And eventually he's going to go bye-bye. So maybe Chris Van Hollen can now figure out what kind of drink is popular in Costa Rica if he wants to go down there, but it won't matter because this is going to be a done deal. We've also heard Uganda, so I'm not sure where he's going to end up, but bottom line is he will not be a Maryland man, and I put that in air quotes, for too long. So good riddance. And I get it that he has a family, but look, the guy is he's someone that needed to be deported, and he will be deported, and that's just the bottom line. So, Emily, really, I say good news all around because this has to happen for people to understand what the consequences are of your actions.
Absolutely.
And it continues to set the tone. I think that's what's even more critical. It continues to set the tone for the Trump administration, saying that they are taking a hard line on criminals and suspects, and that, if you're caught up in this web, you are going to be deported either to the region where you came from or potentially to Africa, someplace that you really have no frame of reference for. And I suspect in those cases, many of these people are going to be willing to take some sort of deal in order to at least go back to a Spanish-speaking country in this particular case, as opposed to a country where they have no frame of reference whatsoever.
Yeah, like you said, Terrence, it is not over yet, so we will be keeping an eye to see where Abrego Garcia does ultimately end up. Well, we want to know what you think. Our viewers, let us know on Rumble or Getter. Hop on and let your voice be heard. Coming up, we are headed down to Wall Street for the opening bell, and we have insight into how to hold on to your hard-earned dollars with some common sense. We'll be back with more American Sunrise in just 2 minutes.